And welcome back at 6:30. Good Saturday morning to you. I'm Maddie Kurth. After a few weeks of being stuck in that rainy weekend pattern, the cycle is broken, and meteorologist Hannah Gard finally forecasting a sunny Saturday. That's here to stay, Hannah.
Yeah, we got rid of that stormy pattern finally, and we have a really nice day in store today because we have a cold front that came through, and that has left behind some slightly cooler weather than yesterday because it was starting to feel a little bit hot in the sunshine. Today, this is a really nice, mild feel. We'll be in the upper 60s at 10 a.m. and then through the afternoon in the 70s, but we only get to 74 for our high today. You might even need some extra layers, especially if you're out earlier on or into the evening, because we'll fall back into those mid-60s, and that feels pretty mild. But no rain chances, sunshine all the way through the day if you're headed out to French Quarter Fest. And then tomorrow morning, it'll once again be pretty cool. We'll see 40s on the North Shore, upper 40s and mid-50s down to the south, and then we will warm up even more than today. We'll get back to 82, which is really close to where we were yesterday, where that sunshine starts to feel very warm. But even with the cooler feel today, you still got to put that sunscreen on because the UVE will be around 9 through the afternoon. Here's the cold front. It's bringing rainfall to parts of Florida, now moving offshore. We have snow on the northern side. You can see it's really cool up to the north. We're seeing some 30s in Indianapolis, and we're just feeling a nice mild feel with that northerly flow. We don't really have strong winds right now, but we did see the dew points drop down as dry air came in behind that cold front, and you can see this big upper level low that's now moving off to the east. On the western side of this, though, this clockwise flow is high pressure. That will start to build back in. That's why we quickly see a jump back to 80 degrees for the second half of the weekend. Here's where we've been the last 15 days. We had a really long stretch of above normal weather. It felt like summertime through the early parts of April. And then we had a little bit of a cool down from that front last week. It was actually warmer than normal yesterday. Now we have a little dip off today. Our average is 78, 74 today. Below that, then we're right back above normal. Sunday and Monday will be in the low 80s. We have a second front that comes through Tuesday into Wednesday. It's not going to be quite as strong as this one or the one last week. We only get to the upper 70s, and then we build right back up to the 80s, and we're looking above normal all the way through the extended forecast. What that front will do in the middle of the week, because it's not bringing in substantially cooler air, is bring in drier air. We will see the humidity really start to creep in by Monday and Tuesday. It's going to start to feel kind of muggy, and then we'll have that dry air coming in by Wednesday. That'll feel really good. So the high pressure rebuilds briefly, and then we have this second low that comes across the east coast. That's on Wednesday. That will bring that slight cool down, and then that moves off, and the high pressure really rebuilds. It actually shifts positioning to the eastern Gulf and the southeastern U.S., and we see the low pressure take over on the west coast. This will put us in a warmer pattern because high pressure means warm and dry weather. So I don't really see rain chances for a while. Through the extended forecast, it looks pretty dry. We're not going to get much. It will stay to the north of us. And then as those lows start to move across the west coast, we'll see the rain mainly over to the west. So it looks dry, which is good news because we are seeing near flooding conditions on the Mississippi River. Right now, the current stage 10.69 feet. The flood stage is 17 feet. We're expecting it to crest at 16.5 feet on April 25th. So here's the latest on their plans for this. The Bonnet Carré Spillway, they are prepping it for a partial opening during Easter week. It's not 100% certain that it will be opened, but they're monitoring the river flow and those levels all the way through the next couple of weeks. And we could see that forecast be lowered. It's right on the edge of where they will have to partially open that, but it's not 100% based off the level. It's also the flow of the river. So we'll watch for that. The Morganza Spillway, not going to be open. It will not be near the threshold to open that spillway. So something to watch for as we get toward Easter. We'll continue to monitor that, but beautiful weather for this weekend. Clear skies, waiting on that sunrise out there. Temperatures pretty cool on the North Shore. Seeing 40s. We're in the upper 40s right now. Belle Chase and Slidell, 57 at New Orleans International with dew points in the 40s, a nice dry feel. So great festing weather today. Might need some layers early on, but you will not need those by the afternoon. A great feel in the mid-70s. Sunday, a little bit warmer. It'll be like yesterday. Same thing into the start of the week. But we keep having these nice fronts, Maddie, that are coming through. So we'll see that again Wednesday, dropping us down slightly. And then we really start to heat up. By Friday, we're getting to the mid-80s again.
Now I'll tell you what you do need is sunscreen.
Yes.
Don't forget that one.
Do not forget the sunscreen. I was looking at the UV index. It's going to be around 9, which
Oh,
is pretty
Lord.
high.
Oh, yeah.
And with that cooler feel behind the front, sometimes you forget because it
We
feels
always
really
forget.
nice, but that sun is still going to try to burn you.
Alrighty, good advice. Thank you, Hannah.